we are, back in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
As I commit the unpardonable sin of showing the audience my butt again. They tell you that in theater. Never do it. Never do it.
And I thought it was only ever show a man half your ass.
No. Greetings, everyone. It's Thursday.
It's Vaughn's Day.
It is Vaughn's Day, yeah. 14th, as I recall.
Yes, it
It's
is.
the 14th one.
Yeah.
So we have persevered, though there are forces out there trying to stop us. Not going to stop us just yet.
Lydia is with us. Hi, Lydia. I'm going to move this very slightly because it is tipping. It
You're
just.
moving hundreds of people.
Oh, well, 53.
Oh, okay.
56. Yeah. We're good now. I feel like saying hello, but that's, of course, a Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Hello, dears.
I
Dears.
saw it was drive-by fruiting.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pierce.
So as always, we're just hanging out a little bit, letting people kind of pour in and get comfortable in their living rooms, get their feet up, get the wine out, get the kids and the dogs around the television, whilst I attempt to sing and enchant you a little bit for a couple of hours, and potentially try to enchant myself this week. This has been a difficult week despite good things in it. As you know, Melissa and I have celebrated our 11th wedding anniversary, which is totally wonderful and amazing.
With chickens around the pool.
Yeah, chickens by the swimming pool.
Not our swimming pool.
That's a major milestone, and we are amongst, I think, the smaller, I'm sad to say, the smaller group of people whose marriage has been strengthened, if anything, by these bizarre times. We've found more ways to sort of work together and pull together, and every now and then throw a tomato at each other's heads, but that's normal, I think.
It helps we've got a pretty big house.
Yeah, you can run around a little bit. So yeah, that was the big event of last week, and even though it is a mighty and wonderful thing, it's been a very strange and difficult week for me in here. Not doing as well as I've been in previous weeks. I've been sending out little videos, as you know, of anybody that's been paying attention, of just moments of peace and quiet that I can get out there on the beach, because I'm so fortunate to live in such a beautiful place. And not showing off, I just think of people that might be stuck in an apartment situation or not to get out very far, and I want to share that with them. I hope more people do it. I mean, if more people are in a beautiful place, whether it's a phenomenal part of a city. I saw a guy who posted a video recently. He went to the Vatican about 3 weeks ago, and it was empty. I'd never seen anything like that. I was at the Vatican once, and you think the lines for Star Wars were long. So that was rather a miraculous thing. So actually, I would like to encourage everybody, if there's a little bit of peace and beauty in your neighborhood, in your house, share it. You know, if it's nothing too personal that you don't want to keep to yourself, which I totally understand. We need stuff like that, and I discovered that when our buddy Matt Warden, it was back in March.
Fantastic.
Maybe it was April. Matt lives out in West Texas, and he kind of got the impression that we were getting pretty hemmed in. This was during the period where we were not allowed out of the house, which went on for 47 days. And so he and his daughter rolled camera, and they took us for about a 10-15 minute drive around the flats of Texas in, I think, a 70s Corvette.
It was great.
I think, just big old rumbling machine. Just drove us around. You know, he couldn't talk, and damn Corvette's too loud. You know? So it was just seeing the sights and being in the car, and it was a great experience. So I like to encourage people to do something like that. You know, something like Instagram only allows a minute. So if you've got a minute in you of good footage, post it on my page. Or post it on your page. Share it with people, so we can all kind of remember how everybody's living and getting on. Because I think it's really important, because the more this goes on, the more isolated I'm feeling. I know that. So I must not be the only one feeling that.
Thank you, Matt, so much for doing that. We actually felt we'd gone somewhere. We'd been stuck in the house, I think, 20 days and nights at that point, not even permitted to walk around the flipping block.
That's 2 Corvettes. I've got a promise of a ride in Matt's and Ted Polly's.
Ooh, nice. I've got to hang on to the top of the roof, do I?
I think we could probably squeeze in the back seat, but they're made for like non-existent tiny Japanese people.
Guys, it's still really, really warm, and I've only got on a bikini top and a pair of shorts, so I'm inappropriately dressed to be out in front here.
I wouldn't call it that.
But happy 27th wedding anniversary to Steve Bagley and his wife Dion.
Oh, brilliant. We've got a few anniversary around
27 years. And Pete Budden's wife Shirley, happy birthday for the 14th.
Excellent. Yeah, and there's a few others we'll talk about later. We'll put them all into one. Steve, thank you so much for the books. They did me a world of good. Still working on getting a world of good out of at least one of them. So greatly appreciate the thought for that. How are we doing as far as people? Are we
214.
Well, we're getting there. I shan't wait much longer then. Excuse me while I pick up my guitar.
We've got Gran Canaria, Birmingham, Pittsburgh, Gothenburg, Sweden, Ipswich, Manchester. Great selection.
Yeah. Gran Canaria, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to apologize now. This is going to be kind of a rambling kind of show. I'm not sure where we're headed, but I'll let you know when we get there. Are you running from the thunder? Are you dancing in the rain? Are you strong enough to bear your soul? Would you just as soon refrain? Do you blame it on your nature? Do you listen when you lie? Do you like it when you suffer? Is that at the heart of your disguise? Do all you can for another? Reach out your hand for a brother. One love to love and time, fall in line, leave it all behind. Yeah. Is there an end to your addictions? Are they beginning to this end? Give a name to all your problems that must slow you down. Time and again, when I've broken all the mirrors, scattered shards into the air. I don't glance into those pieces, cause I know the face that I find looking there. Do all you can for another. Reach out your hand for a brother. One love to love and no other. All in time, fall in line, leave it all behind. All behind. Are you sleeping through your daylight? Do you travel in your sleep? Is it you that is dissatisfied or the company you keep? Did I catch you at a bad time? What were you thinking of? Was it me that took your fancy, or is it love that you love to love? Do all you can for another. Reach out your hand for a brother. One love to love and another. All in Here we go.
You still got energy after that?
Yeah. Gotta retune though.
Anne Danowitz is with us, your sister is with us. We have Wales, Scotland, Northampton, Nuneaton, New Jersey. And Wendy Curry in Bishop Auckland, County Durham. That's my old stomping grounds. And Martin Blood is watching at work.
Yeah, gotta do that. A little skiving at work is good, I think. Welcome, everyone. That was one I've never done acoustically before, by the way. It's called Love to Love from Tyketto's Dig In Deep album. That was a song that originated from the extremely dexterous fingers of Mr. Brooks St. James, and I just kind of thrash away in the background there. Could be my favorite song on the Fearless album, this one. Do you believe in destiny, that the threads of ourselves were woven so very long ago? Is each moment's reckoning a new force we've laid in, with every tide of ebb and flow? Are we just lost at sea, praying that another ship will see? She's haunted at night, alone in a room, by the ghost of a chair that was lost all too soon. And it's haunted her right. She's there in his mind, right in front of his eyes. She's haunted. She's been wandering aimlessly from time to time and place to place, from love to love, with nothing feeling right. He's been fighting everything against the moment he saw her, a picture he's kept deep inside. Will he tell his arms to run, or tell himself this couldn't be the one? He's haunted at night, alone in his room, by the ghost of a chance that was lost all too soon. She's haunted her right. He's there in her mind, right in front of her eyes. She's haunted. She's been told a lie. Everyone, there's someone, perfect someone waiting to be found. God only knows when he will come around. She walks down London City Street, a pretty slip of a thing, with a haunted look in her eyes. And I wonder if they'll ever meet, if those lonely ships will just pass on by. She's haunted at night, alone in a room, by the ghost of a chest that was lost all too soon. It is haunted her right. She's there in his mind, right in front of his eyes. It's haunted, haunted at night. Whoa, haunted, alright. Whoa. Yeah, I think if those sort of albums had the benefit of singles, which they didn't back in those days, that definitely would have been the single off of that one, for sure, for me. Yeah, singles aren't what they used to be anyway, as far as getting exposure and getting people to know your band and things like that. But they still are out there. Bands still do videos, which I still am of a very split opinion about. But it's good to have them for those of us who are you know, kind of floating on the surface trying to attract attention. That's always a good thing.
And your recent video with Rob Sass went viral.
Yeah, we did that one. That one did really well. I mean, I could do without any more Taylor Swift videos, but I'd like to see more Rob Sass videos for sure.
Carol Emsel said she was up and dancing time already. Where is Rob Mayer? I need a partner. That's cute. Carolyn and Richard, thank you for sharing the stream. Everybody share the stream to your pages, please. Thank you.
Yes, please. It's it all helps a lot, and as we keep things moving along. So yeah, single-wise, this was our attempt at a single for myself and the mysterious, worldly, the unremarkable tranquilifist, he is known as.
Dan Reed.
In strange climes, living in mountains and huts, existing on nothing but rice and beans.
And
for
pretending to be
decades.
Batman.
And he makes a good Batman as
Yeah.
well. But we haven't seen much hide nor hair of Mr. Dan Reed lately because he's
No.
off making a movie.
Oh.
I believe it is a production of his own devising. So
Oh,
things
la,
have
la.
been very quiet as far as we know out there in Prague, but he has been very busy. And as most of you probably know, that he and I were one day away from beginning our UK tour on March 12th, and that got scuppered. And so the dates have been moved to the end of this year, November, December, and I think I'm pretty much free to tell you that those dates are going to get scuppered too. That's why we kind of put an ad out there telling everybody, please don't spend money on hotels and travel just yet, because it's not looking good. So I'm here to tell you, it's not looking good, and new dates coming next week. So we are not going to just throw up our hands and go away, but we are going to have to wait until we can all get within reasonable rubbing distance of one another, in other words, to have these shows. So, and this is the song that was the single from that album, which is called Hurricane Riders. Dan and I have a project together called Snake Oil and Harmony, and I did write to him. I write to him every now and again and actually just tell him I miss him, which I don't know how that affects him. But, you know, I've reached the age in my life where I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say it if I feel it. And
the bromance is alive.
yeah, I miss singing with the man. You know, it's like I listened to some of the videos and I was like, oh, you know, and I'm sorry for how this sounds to the public at large, but god damn, we're good. You know, we're good together.
Yes.
And I miss that. So doing this song by myself is not nearly as much fun as doing it in a duet, but there you go. Walking this city again, clothes are getting soaked in the rain. Got to keep my head down, keep my face well out of sight. There's a rental car blocking the street, an iron bar tucked up my sleeve. The sodium light's all that's keeping me honest tonight. Crooked and the straight lay closer, so they say. One to the other is a few hard knocks away. And if I can't take it, I'm gonna make it this time. The bigger picture, the little crime. Will I be the last man standing? If I can't think it, I can't face that whole dies. How am I gonna look when I look in your eyes? Will I be the last man standing? She knows I've been in trouble before. This ain't my first brush with the law, I was hard and proud, didn't think I had nothing to lose. How quickly life can change when you take your breath away. I'll apply the price you set to see your heart betrayed. And if I can't take it, I won't make it this time. The bigger picture, the little cries. Will I be the last man standing? If I can't make it, I can't face the whole time. How am I gonna look when I look in your eyes? Will I be the last man standing? Under cover of darkness, I'll break my promises. Where bitter forces are brought to bear, I'll be standing in the light of your love. I can be saved from the shadow of everything that's waiting there. If I can't take it, I won't make it this time. The bigger picture, the little cry. Will I be the last man standing? If I can't make it, I can't face my own dice. How am I gonna look when I look in your eyes? Will I be the last man standing? Will I be the last man standing?
What an incredible song.
Well,
I
thank you very much.
love that. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind that, or where it came from, or anything?
But first let me say that again, the album is called Hurricane Riders. The band is Snake Oil and Harmony. You can purchase it at Townsend Music. Sorry, I almost said the wrong company. Online, so you can get a CD from there. Total collaboration between myself and Dan Reed. That was one of the first songs that we wrote together. We both had ideas of our own that we were bringing to the table, and then each of us would make contributions to those ideas. But that was the first, I think, real collaboration, between the two of us, where Dan had sent me some music, and it's always my favorite thing as a writer, and particularly working with words and melody, when music immediately dictates to me, anyway, the nature of the story that I'm going to tell. You don't tell a hard luck story when you got,
Yeah.
So this was kind of sitting in the middle, and it had a couple of those gorgeous chords that I love, which I play too much, but I don't care. And there was a play between light and darkness on it that I really liked, and I wouldn't say it was a discussion where I told Dan, I don't want this to turn out well for the character.
Right.
I want to leave it ambiguous. He's at this serious crossroads where he's about to, because he needs money and he needs help, he's about to commit some crimes that he could get caught for, and what will he do? Dan has a habit of writing songs that uplift, so You know, there's that part in there, you know, under cover of darkness. The initial lyrics to that were much more of like, he breaks through and he's going to be all right because of her love. I was like, I don't want that.
Right.
So the line is, under cover of darkness, I'll break my promises.
Yes.
And I take that as my promises to her, that I wouldn't go down that road. So yeah, I kind of wanted to leave it. There's no question about the Springsteen influence in the song, I think, particularly in the melody. Walking this city again, clothes are getting soaked in the rain. And it's just like, let's go all boss on it, you know? Why not?
It's such an evocative song. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Phil Millard says you are still his vocal hero. You are kicking ass, Danny.
Thank you, Phil.
And Sheldon Wood is 60 today and has been listening to you in all your various forms and formats for half of that time and attending your shows as well.
Well, I'm only just a year behind you, Mr. Sheldon, so I understand. Thank you you were there for pretty much all of it, I'd say, if it's half your life. So this is kind of, this is something off of Myths, Legends, and Lies, first of all, and it's kind of a protest song the more I think about it. I was brought up in the 60s around all sorts of great protest songs, and I have particular opinions about protests. I think too often people will always preface it and say, well, nobody likes protests, but, you know, the truth to me is that every great thing that has come about in social human history, particularly American social human history, has been the result of protests, and even riots. I hate to say it. I mean, hell, nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants stuff broken, but women's suffrage, you know, people of color getting the right to vote, these are important moments, and they did not happen without breaking some windows, unfortunately. I wish that's not how we operated as human beings, but apparently that's what it takes for us to do the right thing. Whereas, well, you know, my feeling is that it's just we get so victimized by people who want to hang on to things the way they are so desperately. They don't want change, which is a bizarre thing, because one thing we can learn in our very, very short time here on this planet is there is one universal law I'm certain of, and that is change. Nothing stays the same, no matter how much you hang on to it. But what else can you do if you're a monkey? Here comes progress with its opposable thumb, obsessed with porno and tallying sums. We're all barely upright, pushing through the grave, clutching 3D printers and aftershave. War is genius, but what do you think? One is just there to cover up the stink. Despite our aspirations of omnipotence, we're all Walmart shoppers without a lick of sense. Every single one of the Abraham's daughters and sons, monkeys with money and guns. Monkeys with money and guns. Something wicked this way comes. Monkeys with money, monkeys with money. I am a victim, a social invalid. I will drink and drive just like my daddy did. Well, I am not responsible, it's out of my hands. I will plead not guilty upon the stand. If nobody cares, then nobody gets hurt. Get off your high horse and get down in the dirt. Poor little monkeys ain't going nowhere with your bombs in the basement and loaded for bear. Under the table, fighting for crumbs. Monkeys with money and guns. Monkeys with money and streets were perforated and the design. It's so sad that robber man never will be mankind. We're running with the scissors, doing a little much too late. And rehab is for quitters with nothing on their place. Forsaken Buddha for a till of the heart. Just look at us. Well, what's a poor monkey to do? If you're an American monkey, you just lock and load, yeah. Upright, wild side, T-A-T. Don't you come monkey, get around with me. Upright, overnight, 1, 2, 3. Don't you come monkey, get around with me. Upright, overnight, 1, 2, 3. Don't you come monkey, get around with me. Upright, wild side, T-A-T. Don't you come monkey, get around with me. Hey, monkey around with me. Whoa.
Woo!
If
Love
only
it.
you all could have seen the dancing that was going on.
Everyone's tapping their toes. Cheshire clappers in full clapping and dancing mode, says Debbie Powell.
Clappers, not slappers, right?
Right.
Okay.
Cheshire clappers.
Slappers.
And Paul Quinton wants to know when you're going to do the Myths, Legends and Lies with a full band, our whole album.
Oh, God, wouldn't I just want to do that more than just about anything?
It will be
Absolutely.
awesome. Of course, some of
And an
us...
orchestra.
I was just going to say, some of us would like to see you backed with a full orchestra, really. That would be preferable.
Me too.
And Neil Hasty says, digging the silver fox look, Danny. And Kaz
Why do I always
Bennett...
get comments about my hair from guys?
No.
Why is that?
Well, Kaz Bennett then says she's calling you Dandolph the Grey.
Okay, points off for that one.
No,
I'm
it
afraid.
sounds a little bit like dandruff, so no.
Yeah, we don't go for the Gandalf look. No, that's not a happy thing. I like to refer it as Zorro de la Plata.
Yes.
I like that. So I'm going to do something new. First of all, I would like to shout out, because of Monkeys with Money and Guns, I would absolutely like to shout out to my dear, wonderful friend Cheryl Kane, who did all the backing vocals on that and many other songs on Myths, Legends, and Lies, and has just come back from shooting her first video for her first single on her first album. All right, so that's going to be coming out soon on Frontiers
Fantastic.
Music, and so we want to make sure we wish Cheryl like all the success in the world and tell you all that you want to go out and get this because the lady can sing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to hearing it. So, having said that, moving on. I'm going to try something totally new that's old. This really strange when things like this happen, but this song has just come out on my friend Josh Ramos's new album, which is also on Frontiers. It's called My Many Sides, and I was pleasantly surprised by a contact from him and Fabrizio Grossi, who is the producer of that. Fabrizio and I worked together on 2 from the Inside records for Frontiers, and we've stayed friends. And post the second one, Fabrizio wrote to me and said, listen, I don't really have a plan for it yet, but I'd like to do some songwriting with you, and we'll make an album out of it somewhere eventually. He said, but I want to go a little different from the Frontiers group, as far as the type of music. We'll have to find another home for it. And what we started writing were songs that I felt were very much in line with Chris Cornell. Some of the darker, some of it was really dark stuff. Basically, I was allowed to let my dark side out. There's a song called Pain. There's a song called In a Darkened Space, which lyrically is about what goes on in the mind of a suicide bomber, things like that. So nobody's heard those songs. We did 3 or 4, and one of the lighter ones are the ones we wrote. Josh really, really liked and put on his album and did a great job on. So I highly recommend that one, Josh Ramos, My Many Sides, which has just come out. And this is a song that he covered for us, and it was written by myself and Fabrizio. And it's called Blameless Blue. She moves like a ballerina lost her way. She smiles with the misty rain, puts dewdrops in her hair. She sighs like an angel's wing, delicately fluttered. She knows she has wandered far from where she thought she'd be. There's a road from the moment you were born. Hold it close to your worried breast. Let it keep you warm. There's a cloud hanging overhead, but the sun is coming through, and the sky favors her from a vault of blameless blue. There's a way to forgive yourself and start yourself anew, and sail away on an artless wind in a sky of blameless blue. She prays that the boy she knew will soon forget her. She holds a secret hidden underneath her sweater. There's a place where the silence come to the choices that you made. A gentle face that knows your heart and knows your tears and knows that you're afraid. There's a cloud hanging overhead, but the sun is coming through, and the sky favors her from a vault of blameless blue. There's a way to forgive yourself and become yourself anew. Sail away on an artless wind in a sky of blameless blue. There's a cloud hanging overhead, but the sun is coming through, and the sky favors her from a vault of blameless blue. There's a way to forgive yourself and become yourself anew, and sail away on an artless wind in the sky of blameless blue.
Everyone thinks that is beautiful, and it really is. We've all got goosebumps, huh?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's funny the stuff that comes out of the vault sometimes unexpectedly. And that was one that I had sort of not thought about for years. So I am going to swap guitars, as I sometimes do. So Your patience, please.
Who actually wrote Blameless Blue then, hun?
Myself and Fabrizio Grossi.
Right. So you did the lyrics, or you guys both?
Fabrizio did most of the music. He recorded a lot of the tracks at home. And then I did the lyrics and the melody. I think I might have contributed a chord or two. That does happen sometimes where I'm like, oh, I love what you're doing, but could it go there? Because it'll just make the vocal melody jump more.
And what sort of year was that, approximately?
I could not tell you. It would have been after the second From the Inside. But 2004, 2005.
I was going to say, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I said, I've still got the lyrics for 3 or 4 others, but they are so dark, those songs. And I don't know exactly what to do with them. I couldn't put stuff like that on say, like a Myths, Legends, and Lies solo album. It's too much of a hard turn and too different for me. I think it would shock people, kind of letting that monster out every now and again. But he's in there, that angry fellow. He's there.
2 people have commented on how cool your jeans are in the space of a few seconds.
Thank you. Yeah. Let's show them up. That's oh my gosh. That's
Is it the lady that does Chris Green's?
the Spanish. Yeah, the Spanish lady. It's
I don't
it's
remember.
like RXA or something. Oh, I'm terrible. I'm gonna have to look it up and print it because I've got 2 really cool pairs of trousers from her.
Yeah.
And they're great and they're comfortable and they stretch, so they're great for when I do my thing live.
Plus they go through washing machine.
Well, you gotta be careful, but
Yeah.
they do go through. Yeah.
Richard Finemore says, Danny's 60th birthday, Royal Albert Hall with London Philharmonic Orchestra.
Okay, you set it up, I will be there. Guaranteed. I'll put all plans aside for that. Well, we've hit an interesting point where we are. It's happened a couple years in a row now. September arrives here in the south of Spain. It's like somebody throws a switch. We go from 35 degrees to 26 degrees, and it becomes just a lot more enjoyable.
And we can actually park the car.
Yeah, we're also really happy that people go home. They take their kids to school. I was out there today, and you know, there's like 2 people, beach, 2 more people, beach. So it's kind of nice. A request by the lady in the room with me. She doesn't make too many requests, so, but it does seem appropriate to be playing this at this particular time of year. There's an old pair of sneakers dangling on the wire. In my old rusty engine's in need of some brand new time. And from my front steps, the last of the weekend gets goes blasting by. Won't be nothing so cold as this beach in the winter time. Sun's been down since you've been gone. Don't know why I thought I'll just same old record play. I've been trying to move along, keep on singing the same old song. The end of the summer day, end of the summer day. I can still hear you laugh with your hair blowing back in my car. I can still feel your curves when we danced in that boardwalk bar. I can still taste your lips from that one last stolen kiss by the firelight. Won't be nothing so cool as this beach in the winter time. Oh, been trying to move along, keep on singing the same old song. The end of the summer day, end of the summer day. One day just felt a change and slipped away. Maybe it was never meant to be. Now the sound of footsteps makes me hope and pray you're coming back to me. There's a warm breeze that's blown as the shadows go tumbling by. And it's picking up sand, and there must be what's in my eyes. Sun's been down since you've been gone. Don't know why or for how long. The same old record play. I've been trying to move along. I keep on singing the same old song. The end of the summer days. You know the song been down since you've been gone. I don't know why or for how long. The same old record play. I've been trying to move along, and I keep on singing the same old song. The end of the summer day, end of the summer day, end of the summer day.
Some people are in tears, some people are dancing. I'm flabbergasted. Everybody loves the sound of the 12-string.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
Someone asked, do you have 12 fingers?
No, just the 5 tiny ones.
What a phenomenal sound. Thank you for playing that,
It
baby.
is. This is a Guild from 1990.
Oh, she's doing well. Eleanor would like to know where the video for that was filmed, please.
Yeah, the video. A couple of interesting things about that video. First of all, it was directed by rock superstar photographer Mark Weiss, who's a longtime buddy. I've known him since the Wasted days. He's got a new book out.
He's got a coffee table book.
Yeah, it's a monstrous coffee table book all about the 80s, apparently. And he was there, and he photographed a lot of it. He took one of my favorite pictures of me. I don't know if it made it into the book or not, but there is the only photographic evidence of me doing the full David Lee Roth jump split.
Awesome.
Which he got at Madison Square Garden,
Nice.
which was very, very cool. But he directed it, and it was filmed down on the Jersey Shore, outside Asbury Park, which at the time was somewhat of a ghost town, which is exactly what the song is about. Because when I was younger and growing up in New York City, at the point where I had moved in with my mother and stepfather, I moved in with them when I was 14, and we lived on 79th Street for a short time, and then moved way up north into Riverdale in the Bronx. And one of our kind of family vacations in the summer was to go down to Asbury Park. There was some unknown guy with an acoustic guitar named Springsteen used to play there. This is 75, so he was just starting to come up.
But did he literally just wander around with a guitar?
No, he was big there.
Right.
I mean, he would play all the
Yeah.
juke joints and Stone Pony and a couple of the theaters that were on the boardwalk, and we would go down there and do the boardwalk and the nice hotel and all that. And of course, by the time End of the Summer Days was written, Tyketto was living in South Jersey, in Tinton Falls, and that area, Asbury Park, had fallen to ruin, basically. Springsteen's song "My City of Ruin" is all about Asbury Park. money just didn't come down there. People didn't go there for vacation much anymore, and you know, as always happens when they take money out of the civic system for a city, it just crumbles. And so there were some really stunning images there, you know, of what was once gaiety and laughter and stuff that didn't come around to it. And I think Brits can identify with that, because there are places like what's the place that was near your grandmother's?
Western Supermare.
Western Supermare.
Western Super Mud.
Yeah, you know, and there are some seaside towns in the UK, which they're faded. They're a bit kind of kitschy now, paint peeling, you know, that sort of thing. And that's what that song's about.
Well, Neil Dolphin says if you're feeling your age, Vaughn is going to be 18 in October. and how sweet is this? Andrew Devine says he's just had a rough night of being awake because of his baby son. My daughter just got up. I was expecting something satanic, but she woke up to this song. She came out and wanted to dance with me. Thanks, Danny. How sweet is that?
Tune it up for the next one.
Oh, good, the 12-string staying out then. That will make everyone very happy.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people know this, but 12-string guitar is kind of my personal instrument of choice. And when I started out, even back in the cover band days, when I was playing with Allied Forces, it was an unusual thing to incorporate that with what we're doing. I mean, Allied Forces was one shit-hot cover band that was doing everything from Thin Lizzy to Judas Priest to Iron Maiden to Journey to Loverboy to Kansas, you know, whatever was popular. And there were moments where having an acoustic 12-string came in very handy. One was when we played Magic Power by Triumph, and there wasn't anybody on the circuit that had one. So it was kind of my thing, and I brought that to Tyketto as well. There really wasn't too many people messing around with 12 strings, and it's just a sound that I've been addicted to ever since I heard it, which was at a farm years ago with my classmates, and Rudolf Steiner was the first time. And the first time I ever heard it played professionally was by Steve Miller, live in the Beacon Theater on 76th Street in Broadway. And that was it. He was in the middle of this great rock and roll show, you know, and he was doing the Space Cowboy and all that stuff. All of a sudden a stool comes out, and he sits down and he's like, and I was hitting it, what is that? Because I'd also really not heard the blues yet. And he played a Robert Johnson song. And so it sounds amazing on a 12-string. So I write a lot of songs on 12-string. I always have. This is one of them. It's from one of my favorites from the inside. I hit the Tennessee Valley with the snow coming down. Pulled the car over and took a good long look around. I had the future in my headlights, the wind at my back. Heard my darling softly sleeping, curled up in the back. Hitched up to a 4x8 with everything we own. I said, honey, I think that we're home. Yeah. It's been 14 days since my hometown well ran dry. Didn't seem to take too long to pack it up and say goodbye. So long to broken promises, adios to the bitter end. That highway's rushing at us, looking like a long lost friend. One door closes and another swings wide. Hey baby, it's snowing outside. I've been trying and hoping and crying that things might turn out otherwise. But sometimes the hardest moments can be a blessing in disguise. it's true. If you hide away from the world, it'll come looking for you. So I will go right and take it. I will look where I'm led. Let my body be your blanket, my love be your bed. One door opens and another shuts tight. Suddenly everything's right. I've been saying and hoping and praying that things might turn out otherwise. Sometimes the hardest moments can be a blessing in disguise. I've been saying and hoping and praying that things might turn out otherwise. But sometimes the hardest moments can be a blessing in disguise. I've been trying and hoping and crying that things might turn out otherwise. But sometimes the hardest moments can be a blessing. Sometimes the hardest moments can be a blessing in disguise. Na 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 na
What a song.
I've always been very partial to that one. Obviously written in and around about Nashville. When I had moved there for a little while, kind of trying to seek my fortunes. And interestingly enough, I put that one out there. In Nashville, it's big business to sell songs to other artists. Because an awful lot of country or pop country artists don't write their own music. So that's, of course, what we all went to Nashville trying to do. Some of us succeeded. You know, we have guys there, you know, heavy, some heavy dudes are down there. You know, Tom Kiefer's down there. Dan Huff pretty much runs Nashville now. You know, Mitch Malloy was living there. Kip Winger lives there. Mark Slaughter. You know, so yeah, the rockers are down there seeking their fortune. I was one of them. I failed. But I did have some interesting interactions with country, and I have a demo of that song being done by a female country artist.
Nice.
And they did a great job with it. I thought it could have been a country song easy.
Well, you ran out of patience. Excuse me.
It's a good thing.
Karen LaRosa says A Blessing in Disguise is one of her favourite songs. And I forgot to tell you several songs ago, hun, during Monkeys, that your dad is with us.
Awesome.
Yeah. I said it was a good job you didn't swear in that song because your dad just showed up.
That's all right. He can handle it.
Oh, and Michael Shalley would like to hear you sing Kansas Ghosts.
Oh man, what a song! Yeah. So funny. That's possibly my favorite Kansas album, In the Spirit of Things, and they hate it because they were having corporate issues at that time.
Huh.
But yeah, oh my God, it's just as if that restless wind blew their dreams away, far away. Steve Walsh, one of the greatest singers ever.
There you go, Michael Shalley. You just got a little sound bite of it.
Trying to cover up the fact that I'm not in tune.
If that doesn't put a tip in your tip jar, I don't know what will, huh?
That is her way of reminding me that I haven't mentioned. Well, yeah, I was thinking about that earlier when I was talking about protests, of course. As no doubt you have seen, there have been some pretty large protests on behalf of the music industry out there. So yeah, things here, for instance. For a while, the self-employed were getting help from the government. Rent was getting paid. There was a moratorium on paying Social Security. Well, all that's over now, because according to the government, we are no longer in crisis. So while I am not able in any shape or form to work, really, I've got one gig tomorrow our favorite restaurant near here, La Finca Thai.
And one in November.
Yeah.
That's
And one in November so far. So I'm supposed to live on that at the moment. And of course, there will be no touring anytime soon. And, you know, this extends way past the musicians. This extends to technical crew, road crew, drivers, caterers, you know, especially for those big tours that are not happening. If you consider that those big tours employ hundreds of people, you know, some of them on retainers, which they no longer are. These are specialists. These aren't just guys they pick up in bars to throw gear around. You know, these are some of the hottest light and sound designers in the business. And, you know, even the theater business, there's nothing there for them. For some reason, it's okay for us to sit one shoulder apart on airplanes, but we can't sit one shoulder apart in theaters or in clubs. I haven't quite figured out the logic behind that yet, but I don't think logic applies.
Maybe because on an airplane you're unlikely to want to sing along.
No, if I'm on the plane, you might. But anyways, so long-winded way of saying, obviously, I do these concerts for everyone's enjoyment, and believe me, I do them for my own needs. Today was a prime example. I really need to do this today. It has just been a shit week. But not bad things happening, just not good things happening in here. So it's really good to get to play. So it is worth reminding that if you're in the position to do so, and if it's a possibility, that there is a donate button on the website at DannyVaughn.com, and all that is tremendously appreciated. Don't know how much longer they're going to let us do this, by the way. There seems to be new stuff coming from Facebook where they're going to stop musicians from playing songs they can't definitely identify as their own, like YouTube will shut the sound off, and here we go. So, don't know how much longer this is going to be an option for us, so they might take that away too. So, that's what we're dealing with. I'm very pleased that Karen LaRosa is out there. She did mention that this is the last week before she goes back to work. She is a teacher in the New York City school system. So,
And that's a scary situation, I guess.
everything in New York is a scary situation at the moment, from what I'm told. You know, my hometown, my heart goes out to her and everyone. This is one of her very favorite songs, and I'm dedicating this tonight to the memory of the lovely Kiva Kammerling, who is someone that I met pretty much in the very beginning. If I remember correctly, she was based out of Boston back then, so she would have come to like the Chance or something like that in Boston. She and her sister, both sweethearts. And I think it's okay to talk about it because it was funny, but in an odd way, but she had a great sense of humor about it. Kiva had Tourette's syndrome. Now, I did not know that when there was a huge crowd of people after the show waiting for autographs, and people kind of crowd around, and you're just kind of hemmed in. And there was this sound coming from one of the members of the throng that was quite a strange sound and very loud, and people were looking around like, what's that? And all of a sudden, everyone's staring at this poor girl who is making this unusual sound, and I, like an asshole, said something along the lines of, sweetheart, I'll get to you, I promise. No one's going to get away with, without an autograph. Thank you so much for waiting, but, you don't have to shout. And I have Tourette's, I'm really sorry. Wow. And I was like, oh. So I embarrassed her, embarrassed myself with my own callousness, and we became good friends. And she is an absolute diamond of a person. It probably gets said incorrectly too often when you talk about people that think about others over themselves, but she really did.
Yeah.
Kiva's been battling cancer for years, and this latest bout, she wrote to me and a number of other people that she cared about to let them know from her what was going on, because she didn't want us to be upset. And she chose not to deal with any more of the chemo and the prodding and the surgery. She had all that. And so she chose to spend what was left of her life with her family, and it was short. And she is terribly, terribly missed. And so I'm going to do this song for her. I kept the headlights on the highway spinning around until a sparkle blurs my eye. I want to run until I break the speed of sound, so I can hear the voice inside where it hides. Where can I look to find the strength to try again? Who knows a place I can call home? How can I face a world that's so quick to condemn? My soul, it isn't like a road all alone. Where do we go from here? Running from pain and fear. Where do we go from here? We are changed forever, always together. Whatever may happen, wherever you go, I will always be with you. You won't walk alone. If ever I stumble, whenever I call, you will be there to catch my fall. You said that you would walk beside me close at hand. You said that love would be my God. Once said a footprint stretched behind me in the sand. You must have carried me this far for so long. Where do we go from here? Running from pain and fear. Where do we go from here? We are changed forever, always together. Whatever may happen, wherever you go, I will always be with you. You won't walk alone. If ever I stumble, whenever I call, you will be there to catch my fall. The road goes on for so long. We are on our own, but we're not alone. Someone will catch my fall. Where do we go from here? Running from pain and fear. Where do we go from here? We are changed forever, always together. Whatever may happen, wherever you go, I will always be with you. You won't walk alone. Into every lifetime, a little rain will fall. You will be there to catch my fall. Whatever may happen, wherever you go, I will always be with you, and you won't walk alone. If ever I stumble, wherever I go, you'll be there to catch my fall. To catch my fall. Thank you, my darling.
Fantastic.
Still one of my favorites from that era.
Yeah, so many people are saying they love that song. You've had a few suggestions come in for a possible platform instead of Facebook. Instagram Live, Zoom, Teams, and Twitch.
Right, I'm going to have to look into all of that.
Zoom, though, apparently is no good. Julie reminded everyone that it only holds a certain amount of people, which isn't big enough.
They'll definitely change that before too long. Zoom is getting too popular not to take advantage of that. Right. Well, it was funny, sweetheart, that you requested a song because I had a song planned for you.
Oh.
So, greedy sod. You get two.
Yes.
Right?
Woohoo.
This is,
Is it going to make me cry?
no.
Oh, okay.
Shouldn't make you laugh.
Okay.
This is a favorite of my wife's that I play on occasion, but I cannot do it without certain accoutrements.
Ah.
All right, darling. This is a song written by one of my favorite songwriters in the very, very whole wide world, Mr. Lyle Lovett. We were talking about Nashville. It's, you'll get the point. It's called Don't Touch My Hat. And you better let go. You can't hold on to what belongs to me and don't belong to you. I caught you looking with your roving eye. So mister, you don't have to look so surprised. Well, if it's her you want, I don't care about that. Well, you can have my girl, but don't touch my hair. When I grew up lonesome in the open rain, and that cold north wind can make a man feel strange. My John B. Stetson was my only friend, and we stuck together through many a woman. So if it's her you want, I don't care about that. Well, you can have my girl, but don't touch my hat. My mama told me, son, to be polite, take your hat off when you walk inside. But the winds of change, well, they fill the air, and you can't set your hat down just anywhere. So if you plead not guilty, I'll be the judge. You don't need no jury to decide, because I'll wear a 7 and you're out of order. 'Cause I can tell from here that you're a 7 1/4. But if it's her you want, I don't care about that. You can have my girl, but don't touch my hair. Well, if it's her you want, I don't care about that. Well, you can have my girl, but don't touch my hair. No, it never complains, and it never cries. It looks so good, and it fits just right. But if it's her you want, I don't care about that. you can have my girl, but don't touch my hat. Well, you can have my girl, but don't touch my hat.
Everyone loves you in their hat. Oh, what a brilliant song. It's inspired. I adore it.
Good old Lyle. Lyle is a great and wondrous songwriter.
And doesn't it say on the cover, like hell it's yours?
Inside the hat band. Yeah,
Like hell it's yours.
It says, like hell it's yours. Don't go down to the river, that's where my baby lies. Don't go down to the river, that's where my baby lies. Last time I saw her, muddy water closed her eyes. Well, that cold black water running through her veins. Well, that cold black water running through her veins. She was soft as the summer wind, smooth as the summer rain. Don't go down to the river, that's where my baby lies. Don't go down to the river, that's where my baby lies. Last time I saw her, muddy water closed her eyes. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Well, I tried to love her 2 times, but love I never knew. And Daddy was a preacher preaching hellfire all day through. Don't go down to the river, that's where my baby lies. Last time I saw her, muddy water closed her eyes. Don't go down to the river, don't go down to the riverside. Don't go down to the river, don't go down to the riverside, no. Last time I saw her, muddy water closed her eyes.
Woo!
There you have it.
Nice.
The cowboy hat was on, so I thought I'd just go with the theme.
Don't take it off. You can leave your hat on.
That was Riverside from the Flesh and Blood album, Blues for Days. Did a bunch of those last time, and I thought I'd do one more.
Well, you just wouldn't believe where you are, baby. Jackie Hogarth, hi Jackie, is live streaming you in Marmaris, Turkey right now.
Wow, cool.
Nice.
In Turkey. That's brilliant, she's in Turkey. She wasn't checking while she's there. That was nothing. That was just a little bit of my own.
Gary Whitmarsh is streaming you on the overhead projector in the Works Auditorium, and up until you saying that, the sound was unreal. He had to turn it down for that, I'm sure.
So this, I'm going to do a kind of dark and cool song off of Myths, Legends, and Lies, which for anybody out there who doesn't know, that's my most recent solo album. Please go have a look at it if you haven't heard it yet. It's at DannyVaughn.com. You can get the CD, you can get the double gatefold vinyl, you can get the book that tells you all about the making of the album. There's a patch there. And as mentioned last time, there's t-shirts coming, kids.
Yes, they were asking about that.
Yes, the t-shirts apparently have been stapled to the backs of turtles and are coming across various continents, but they're on their way, and we will have them someday. They'll be here in time for Christmas anyway. But this is kind of cool because I had planned on playing this anyway, and Ross McDonald posted one. He's like, I'm not sure how Ross functions because I know he works, and yet he somehow has an enormous, amazing amount of time to just sort of put the net out there, and he finds the most remarkable things online related to myself or Tyketto or things I've been involved with. And he found today a video of a guy covering this song from Myths, Legends, and Lies. And he did it his own way, and he did it differently, and it was very cool, and I'm just very flattered that something from Myths, Legends, and Lies is getting covered by someone else out there on YouTube.
Cool.
It's called Black Crow. Where are you going, Black Crow? Where are you going, Black Crow? I'm flying out to find me an unfortunate soul. I've a message to deliver to him. I threw an old penny down a well. I watched as it forever fell. It landed in the collection plate of the devil down in hell. So that's all you'll ever get from me, sir. Hangman, now where do you go? Hangman, now where do you go? I'm following the footsteps of that old black crow to find me an unfortunate soul. I slept in an old blanket down a ditch. Slept in an old blanket down a ditch. The night it got inside, it was hot and black as pitch. My clothes, they had nary a stitch. Tell me, fair woman, why you lie? Tell me, fair woman, why you lie? I did no harm to no one, but still you testify. I was only looking for some charity. Hangman, now where do you go? Hangman, now where do you go? I'm following the footsteps of that old black crow. Find me an unfortunate soul. Black Crow, now why have you come back? Black Crow, now why have you come back? I found what I was looking for, alas and alack. My message is for you, and the hangman is coming.
love that chord, don't you?
I do. I like strange ending chords. Look for more of them on songs to come.
Helen Broom says, thank you for singing my 5-year-old to sleep. Thank goodness the 5-year-old doesn't know what you're singing about.
I guess Riverside didn't wake him up then. One of the things that was really cool about watching that gentleman cover that track was there were some odd lyrics in there. And I was like, to watch him sing, my clothes have nary a stitch, alas and alack. I was like, yeah, all right.
But was he, do you think he was a native English speaker or?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and he did his own take on it. He actually made it a bit more upbeat. You know, a bit more, got more sevenths involved in what I do, but that's the beauty of it. How's everybody doing out there?
Great, 225 followers. We got a hello from Cangas, Galicia.
Ah.
From Terciloren. They say, hi from Cangas, Galicia. That's my favourite song by you. Love it, great. I sing it in my car every day going to work.
Well, Black Crow.
Yes.
Oh, how cool.
We love Galicia.
Yes, we do. We miss Galicia very much. Our friend Monica Castillo Lopez is up there. She's been sending pictures, beautiful pictures from where she is. And of course, Manuel Seoane is up there with his beautiful bride. And we have so many friends out there like Gonzalo and Conchi.
We miss you.
We miss them. We miss them.
And Jacqueline Jacobs Hyatt. No, you can't have Danny's shirt. He only just got it a few days ago.
Yeah, this is my anniversary shirt. Okay, so we cannot ignore the date. Tomorrow, as I mentioned, will be my first gig in front of humans. Not to slight my wife. Humans, plural.
I robot.
Yeah. You're a Stepford wife, I tell you. Just look at the build on you. Yum. So tomorrow, of course, is September 11th, and that will be. Is it 19 years?
Yeah. 2000.
So I wanted to do something I usually do to mark that occasion. Being a New Yorker, and I have dear friends like Karen who are back there. And this song is never easy for me to get through. I've been asked by so many people, as a songwriter, as a New Yorker, why I had never written a song about 9/11. And the answer is quite simple. Very soon after 9/11, Bruce Springsteen came out with an album called The Rising. It's my favorite album of his. And everything that could possibly be said about that subject, both direct and subtle, is in that album. And I just shrugged my shoulders and said, what am I going to do after that? So rather than try to create my own thoughts on it, I'm going to give you one of his. Well, the sky was falling and streaked with blood. I heard you calling me, then you disappeared into the dust of the stairs, into the fire, upstairs, into the fire. I need your keys. Love and duty called you someplace high, somewhere up the stairs, into the fire. May your strength give us strength. May your faith give us faith. May your hope give us hope. May your love give us love. May your strength give us strength. May your faith give us faith. May your hope give us hope. May your love give us love. Give your love to me in fields of red and autumn brown. You give your love to me and lay your young body down up the stair into the fire, up the stairs into the fire. I need you near, love and duty call you someplace high, somewhere up the stairs into the fire. May your strength give us strength. May your faith give us faith. May your hope give us hope. May your love give us love. May your faith give us faith. May your strength give us strength. May your hope give us hope. May your love give us love. May your strength give us strength. May your faith give us faith. May your hope give us hope. May your love give us love. It was dark, too dark to see. You held me in the light you gave. You lay your hand on me and walked into the darkness of your smoky grave, up the stairs into the fire, up the stairs into the fire. I need your kiss when love and duty called you someplace high, somewhere up the stairs, oh, into the fire. May your strength give us strength. May your faith give us faith. May your hope give us hope. May your love give us love. May your strength give us strength. May your faith give us faith. May your hope give us hope. May your love give us love. May your strength give us strength. May your faith give us faith. May your hope give us hope. May your love give us love. May your strength give us strength. May your faith give us faith. May your hope give us hope. May your love give us love. I want to dedicate that to the survivors. A few friends of mine are survivors. Russell Toohey, Don Zarento, and several others. I'll always have a deep connection to that, even though I was no longer in Manhattan when that happened. One of my earliest jobs, the jobs that I was holding down before I joined Wasted, was in Tower 1. I was a delivery guy for a travel agency within the building, so I got to run all the way to the top floors and the bottoms and roundabouts and all that. And one of the things, if you never saw the towers, we often talk about, of course, the height of them and what it's like being at top. If you were in the very top offices, it was actually like being on a ship, because those buildings actually were built to move at least 2 feet from side to side. So things would slide off desks and the wind would howl and all that. What they don't generally tell you, if you've never seen it, and those of you who have know what I mean, if you went to the bottom and stood outside, these buildings were so huge, their footprint was so massive, that your entire peripheral vision was taken up by the building itself. You couldn't see anything else around you. Looking up, looking to the side. I remember being there when Philippe Petit walked across on the tightrope.
Oh
We
my
were there
God.
watching. I was there when the gentleman climbed up the outsides, when Spider-Man did that. So, yeah, it's a wound that doesn't heal. And I was particularly lucky as a civilian in that 6 months later when I went there and it was still just a hole and they were still digging and flushing with water and everything, I ran into my ex-fiancée, Dawn Sorrento, whose story is rather amazing because that her first day of work at the precinct at Tower 1 as a police officer was that morning, and she was stuck in traffic. And that's why she's alive.
Incredible.
And she took me down there to see the viewing platform that is generally only reserved for members and families of firefighters and police. And it's one of the most powerful places I have ever stood. It's quite close to what was then the hole. And I do look forward to someday going back and seeing what they've built now. I've heard it's very beautiful, and I would like to see it.
Amazing. Karen LaRosa says, thank you so much from New York City.
I knew you were out there, Karen. I had to do something. Right. Now I'm going to try something of mine that from the Traveler album that I don't think I've ever done live. Retuning. We may have done this on the actual Traveler tour. I don't remember because there was so much great guitar work on this song by Pat Heath and Tony Marshall. They did such a great job on it. But it does have an odd story because it was, if I told you the story a year ago, you would have been like, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. But since then, we have all been exposed to a Netflix show called The Tiger King. And what a remarkable documentary that was. Just crazy. But the reason that is relevant here is that I wrote this song called Death of the Tiger after visiting a place that was then called Wildlife on Easy Street. And that place was run by Carol Baskin. And if you saw the documentary, you know all about Carol Baskin. And even back then, we're talking, I think, late 90s. We were touring around. It was because you could get reasonably interactive with these tigers that she was getting from zoos that no longer wanted them, or ex-circus animals that weren't able to jump anymore. I was quite amazed by what they were doing. I thought it was brilliant. I knew nothing about all this madness that was going on behind the scenes, except to say that at one point, the person I was with and I had commented about how amazing it was that she could keep this up with all these big cats and with their feeding and everything like that. And without blinking, one of the employees leaned in and said, well, they say she killed her husband and fed him to one of the tigers.
Wow.
And if you haven't seen the documentary, but it all comes out. It's just fantastic. Florida is still the wilderness. That much I can say. So, I'm going to do a song called Death of the Tiger, which I wrote after going to that place. Silent as the hunter's moonlight shades. I am the guardian, I am the god of this place. I am the silent death, golden eyes and burning breath I take, while the jungle sighs and shakes in my way. Taking down my men with guns, I tore them nets, I blooded some. I am in war, but the cowards came in numbers all the more. Anger as I walk this cage, 6 by 6 a prison stage. Can you see my ageless eyes? This is not my place. I jump through the fire and I step through your tricks, like with the sting of your laughter and the marks of your wings. Bury me upon a mountain high. Sing to me a song of open sky. Tell me where I go when I can't jump or move too slow. I am the killer, turn to prey. Death is mine when I slowly fade away. Well, prison life is prison life on 4 legs or 2. One will become of me when I am no longer abused. Bury me upon a mountain high. Sing to me a song of open skies. Bury me upon a mountain high. Bury me upon a mountain high. Sing to me a song of open skies. Bury me upon a mountain high. Sing to me a song of open skies.
Incredible.
So that's called Death of the Tiger, and that's on my Traveler album.
How inspired that is for you to write from the animal's perspective. Brilliant.
I was very close to them. It was terrifying.
Yeah. Stuart Hamilton has just said said, I used to think Jeff Tate's voice was the best in rock. How wrong I am. Danny's voice is still heavenly. Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you very much. I won't get involved with comparisons, but I do appreciate it for sure. So I'm going to do, well, last thing, you know, we're not quite done, but we're getting there. And I want to just, of course, remind you that if at all possible, we'll go to the website. If you don't have some of my CDs, some of the goodies that we have, and also just if you are so moved, there's a donate button at the website to help us kind of keep moving along with these things. As I said tonight, I think I needed this. I needed to play more for myself than for anything, and I appreciate you're out there listening and your support. And as I mentioned, keep trying to keep positive things coming into your Facebook feeds and your interactions with all of us, because we really do need it. They are not wasted. That is for sure.
A few people that are just coming onto the stream took one look at you and thought they were looking at Ted Nugent and maybe you'll sing Wango Tango.
I think not. I will not do any song by that sumbitch.
Oh, and especially not get your crossbow out.
Yeah. But I'm going to do a song that was suggested by our good friend Paul Appleyard. He said, this song came on when he was out walking, and he said, I just thought, gosh, I think you could really sing this well. And I said, I happen to know that one, or know it well enough. So I'm going to just work through it. This is a song, I don't know if they did anything else, but it was a massive hit for a band called The Calling, and I absolutely love this song. It's called Wherever You Will Go. So lately, I'm wondering who will be there to take my place when I'm gone. You need love to light the shadows on your face. If a great wave shall fall and fall upon us all, then between the sand and stone, could you make it on your own? If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go, way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will go. Maybe I'll find out a way to make it back someday, to watch you, to guide you through the darkest of your days. If a great wave shall fall and fall upon us all, then I hope there's something out there who can bring it back to you. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go, way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will It's a great song, isn't it?
People are just blown away. They love it.
Ooh, I knocked my horsey down.
You've made many people's night playing that. Dean Bingham says, "I'll go and get the onions chopped."
Okay, got a couple more for you. Thank you all very much for listening, for supporting, for being there, for being friends. It means a lot. I'm so looking forward to handing out hugs with reckless abandon when it's all right again.
Yeah. I've hugged, apart from you, clearly, I've hugged 2 people in the space of, since March.
You are my only huggy, my dear.
Oh.
I go to hug other people and go, yeah!
Yeah.
Cooties! Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is also off the Traveler album, and it was requested from several sources. So you mentioned anniversaries earlier. Ann and Paul Quinton, this is their, I think he said 39th.
Wow.
I think. It's up there anyway. It's a good number. It's a solid number. It's past the point of no return number. So we wish you guys a very happy anniversary. Also, I got a note. I didn't catch her partner's name, a young lady named Isabella, who said that this is their song, and would I sing it for them, and so I shall. It's called The Touch of Your Hand. Did I lose you in the moment? Did I let it slip away? Confused by words I stammered out, and even more by those I didn't say. I'm surrounded by your echo and the image of your face. Words are coming to me now, many hours too late. Love is what I meant to say. Love, I don't want to keep you up, I don't want to make you weird, but I feel that if I let you go, you'll vanish on the wind. I don't want to say goodnight, couldn't we just talk forever? 'Cause I never want to face this world without the touch of your hand. Knowing that you're out there, it's bitter and it's sweet. Makes me want to throw this burden down, shattered at your feet. I'm burning like a penitent in a so familiar flame, twisting like a leaf in your hurricane. Love is all I want to say. Love, I don't want to keep you up, I don't want to make you weary, but I feel if you let you go, you'll vanish on the wind. I don't want to say goodnight, couldn't we just talk forever? 'Cause I never want to face this world without the touch of your hand. My soul's embittered, I've been burned and it's been maimed, recoiling at the slightest touch of anybody's pain. If I could give up all this torment, well, what then would I do? It's the only way to keep from sinking, to drown myself in you.
There's barely a dry eye out there.
Oh, happy anniversary to those celebrating.
Happy anniversary, guys.
You know what that song does make me think of, though, because of basically the circumstances that was written around, is there is something that people of my generation will remember that anybody after won't, and it's a little bit sad. So I'm just talking to my folks out there now, but don't you remember going down to the corner telephone booth or telephone box, freezing cold, rain everywhere. Maybe somebody was in it already and you had to wait, but you had to call her. And you couldn't call her from home because you couldn't have anybody listening. So a lot of collect calls and pockets full of quarters. And we'd sit there and we'd fog up the windows inside the booth, and we'd talk and we'd talk and we'd talk. And we never ever wanted to get off the phone. And it would go for as long as our money held out, or until we just were nodding off to sleep. And that is something that, strange though it may sound, that's something that, you know, anybody now, anybody courting in the last 20 years is going to have no idea what I'm talking about.
I think I was the last generation to do that, because I mean, my bottom's not huge, but I remember it barely fitting on the tiny little metal ledge that used to hold like a phone directory or something. You could, if it was really chilly around your ankles, you could kind of give yourself a little bit of a hoist up, and you could sit so that your feet were actually off the floor, but only just. Yes.
Right, is there anyone we need to say goodbye to? Because I'm going to play one more song.
Everybody, 206 people still with us. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. We'll put this up on YouTube as we always do. Please share it far and wide. Let people know that there is still music going on out there. And
thank you, Julie.
Yeah, thank you, Julie Bootlin, for manning the controls, as you always do. And as I said, I will keep you guys posted. You'll be the first to know when we get these t-shirts done. It's going to be, when it's ready, it's going to be a Danny Vaughn merchandise explosion.
Yeah.
Why not? We're talking about t-shirts and mugs and patches and coasters and masks. Yeah, why not?
Can't we do a plastic blow-up Mr. Mao?
Well, we'll work on that one. He should probably have his own website. Yeah, let him make his own donations.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do one more song for you tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming along for the ride for this one. As I said, it was maybe a difficult and strange one for me, but I feel a whole lot stronger than when we started. So thank you for joining me. Once again, because September 11th is close, a song again from Mr. Springsteen. This one just a little bit more on the hopeful side. Well, it's raining, but there ain't a cloud in the sky. Must have been a tear from your eye. Everything'll be okay. Funny, thought I felt a sweet summer breeze. Must have been you sighing so deep. Don't worry, we're gonna find a way. Waiting on a sunny day, gonna chase the clouds away, waiting on a sunny day. Without you, I'm working with the rain falling down. I'm a half a party in a one-dog town. Well, I need you to chase these blues away. Without you, I'm a drummer girl that can't keep a beat. An ice cream truck on a deserted street. Well, I hope that you're coming to stay. I'm waiting on a sunny day. Gonna chase the clouds away. Waiting on a sunny day. lifts away the blues when I rise. Then I hope that you're coming to stay. I'm waiting, waiting on a sunny day. Gonna chase the clouds away. Waiting on a sunny day. Send that out to all the people of California. Stay strong, be safe. We love you. Good night, everybody. Thank you all so very much for your kind attention, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Bye.